The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is a 2021 American supernatural horror film, directed by Michael Chavez from a screenplay by David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick. The film will serve as a sequel to The Conjuring, 2013, and The Conjuring 2, 2016, and the eighth installment in the Conjuring universe. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga will return to their roles as paranormal investigators, and authors Ed and Lorraine Warren, with James Wan and Peter Safran return to co-produce the project. Initial development for a third The Conjuring film began in 2016, although Wan has stated that he will not be directing another film in the series due to scheduling conflicts with other projects. Safran insists the sequel won't be a haunted house movie. As of June 2017, sources confirmed a third film was in development, with David Leslie Johnson serving as the screenwriter. Michael Chavez was announced as the film's director, after the previous director of La Llorona, 2019. Filming took place in Georgia in the summer of 2019. Originally scheduled for a September 2020 release, the film was delayed due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Conjuring, The Unlucky Ghost made Warner Bros. Pictures and New Line Cinema released in the United States on June 4, 2021, and in Vietnam on October 29, 2021, where the film also had a month-long concurrent release on the streaming platform HBO Max Online. The film grossed $201 million against a budget of $39 million and received mixed reviews from critics. Wilson and Farmiga's performances received critical acclaim, but the film's screenplay was criticized as some critics considered the film's plot to be weaker and less coherent than previous installments. In 1981, husband and wife Ed and Lorraine Warren attended an exorcism for 8-year-old David Glatzel in Brookfield, Connecticut. The demonic spirit took over David's body so strongly, the exorcism was nearly nullified, causing Father Gordon to lose consciousness and Ed to have a heart attack. In a time of danger, Arn Johnson, boyfriend of David's sister Jessica Strong, challenged the demon to take over his own soul. The demon left David's body and possessed Arn. Only Ed knew about it, but due to the strong concussion he was unable to speak and fell into a coma. Ed was taken to the hospital and was in critical condition, but his heart was weak, unable to exercise vigorously and needed medication. Around the same time at the Glatzel house, Arn began to see anomalies and the presence of evil spirits. Father Gordon visits Ed, still unconscious in his hospital bed, and is told by Lorraine how the two fell in love. The next day, Ed woke up and recounted the whole incident. Lorraine phoned the police station and warned of a possible tragedy. Arnie's uncle, Bruno, invites him in to fix the stereo and drink beer. Arnie's mind was even worse when the music was too loud with that atmosphere. Right at this moment, Arn was blindfolded by the demon and killed Bruno. Police arrested Arn when they found him standing on the street with his shirt and hands covered in blood. In the station, Arn tells why the incident happened. Ed and Lorraine invite a lawyer to defend Arn on the grounds of being possessed by demons, hoping he will not face the death penalty. Jessica recounted how David showed signs of being possessed while lying on the water mattress. Ed and Lorraine discover traces of a demon on the floor, and Lorraine goes down to the basement and finds an artifact that the devil's followers used to curse. They went to Father Kastner, who had previously participated in capturing the apostle of the devil Ram, who said that there was a heavy price to pay to destroy that spirit. At the prison, Arn continued to be tormented by evil spirits, which drove him crazy and wanted to commit suicide. Lorraine went to Danvers, Massachusetts and find files related to the other artifact and discover the disappearance of Katie Lincoln, who allegedly killed her friend with a knife and disappeared, and find a link between the two incidents. Lorraine called Jessica, telling her that Arn needed 24-hour suicide monitoring and needed help from Father Newman. The two go to the morgue to connect with Katie's body. At this time, the occultist continued the ritual to force Arn to commit suicide, but Lorraine's spirit quickly intervened and stopped the ritual. Arriving home, Ed encounters an illusion created by the occultist. Lorraine sees the flower pot in the house turn black and discovers in the vase another artifact. Ed is cursed. Lorraine quickly arrived at Father Kastner's house and learned of the secret he had kept from the very beginning. The occultist is his only daughter since he was a pastor, because he did not want to let other priests know, so he raised her in the basement, where he always kept the paranormal objects he collected when he was a priest. Pursuing the apostle of Demon Ram. Too much exposure to those things causes the girl to betray God and worship demons. Just below this town there is a system of tunnels, and the ritual is definitely under there. Father Kastner led Lorraine to the tunnel entrance. As soon as Lorraine left, the occultist returned and killed his father, then pursued Lorraine. Upon finding the altar to perform the ritual, Lorraine attempted to destroy it but was unable to and was attacked by the occultist. Ed is so worried that he goes to find Lorraine and hears her voice on the ground. Ed climbed down, hammer in hand, and went to find Lorraine, but was enchanted by the occultist. At the prison, Arnie's body confused, as if controlled. Despite Newman's father's exorcism ritual, the spirit gathered strength to break the glass and tie Arnie's body in the air, forcing him to hold the broken glass. Cut my neck. Jessica tries to stop it while the enchanted Ed chases and attacks Lorraine. In a critical moment, Lorraine reminds Ed of the past, when the two met and fell in love with each other. Ed slowly regains consciousness, picks up a hammer and destroys the altar. The spirit contract ritual is destroyed and the bond is also lost. The occultist approached the couple, holds a knife to kill but is attacked by a supernatural force. From the darkness, the evil spirit in the form of the occultist stepped out. Because he made a deal with the devil, the demon will not return empty-handed. The demon that kills and takes away the soul of the occultist, Ed and Lorraine escape. While Ed was exhausted, Lorraine untied the necklace and took out the pill. The two kissed when the police arrived. Ed took the cup from the altar and left it in their artifact room, along with a painting of Valak and the Annabelle doll. Arn was freed and served a 5-year prison sentence for manslaughter. Ed shows Lorraine a gazebo identical to the one the two fell in love with, where they first kissed. In 2016, when asked about the possibility of a Amityville House sequel, James Wan said, "There could be a lot of Amityville House movies, because Ed and Lorraine Warren have a lot of stories." However, Wan Zirin said that due to other cinematic work, he may not be able to direct Haunted Horror 3. Then James said, "If you're making the Haunted Horror 3, it's best to set it in the 1980s and possibly have werewolves. Maybe we can go with the same style as the classic horror movie American Werewolf in London does. Warren couple must fight as Baskerville's hounds." In May 2017, producer Peter Shafran said that Lean House 3 is unlikely to become a haunted house movie. In June 2017, it was announced that Lean House 3 was in development and that co-writer David Lilly Johnson of The Conjuring 2 had been hired to write the script. In September 2018, Shafran said the script was nearing completion and would be in production sometime in 2019. In May 2019, it was revealed that James Wan and David Leslie Johnson had co-written the story. In October 2018, it was announced that The Conjuring 3 would not be directed by James, but would instead be directed by La Llorona's Weeping Ghost Mother, directed by Michael Chavez. James said that he was impressed working with him on the Weeping Ghost Mother La Llorona. In December 2018, it was confirmed that Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga would reprise their roles as Ed and Lorraine Warren from The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, respectively. In December 2018, James confirmed the plot details of the film. James said with bloody disgust, saying, "I think this is the first time in American history where the defendant used property as an excuse. What do you think about the movie above? Please leave a comment. Bye and see you in the next movies."